Tansi, hello, bonjour, good day, everyone. I am Dallas Arcand, three-time world champion hoop dancer. I'm here today to share a lesson with you in the beautiful unceded territory of the Okanagan Nation, also known as the Syilx people. And this is their beautiful territory, and I have the privilege today to share this lesson with you on this beautiful traditional land here, like I said before, from the Okanagan Nation. So I respectfully acknowledge that I'm a visitor here as well, even though I come to you from Treaty 6 territory. I'm going to share today's lesson about 3 hoops. So this would be the third moon, I guess, in my book. If you guys are tuning into my book, 13 Hoops, Life's Lessons Lived and Learned. This is my new book in which I'm sharing information about the hoop dancing, life and culture and all those beautiful things. And basically where 13 hoops, the concept comes from, is it comes from the 13 moons, because when I was younger, I was learning about my culture, and how I came across the concept was I was configuring my hoop dance routine as I was in the cultural camp. I was fasting, I was learning about hoop dance, and I was trying to cultivate that knowledge within myself. And I had an elder come and visit me as I was doing that. And originally I had 12 hoops laid out there to represent for the months of the year, because in the Cree language, I remember growing up, for the very little culture that I did learn in school, I remember in Cree, they were teaching us how to say the months of the year in Cree. And they were basically teaching us how to take English concepts and words and convert them into Cree. Anyways, in my process, what I've discovered in this process is a lot of these new ideologies manifest themselves through situations like that, especially when we're out on the land and learning things. These manifestations, they just miraculously happen on their own. So anyways, I'm going to get right into the lesson. For those of you that have watched some of the previous lessons, I did some with 1 hoop, 2 hoop. Now we're going into the 3rd hoop, because that's my whole philosophy behind hoop dancing, is you have to be able to master every single hoop in order to master, or to at least understand and embrace the meaning of the hoop dance. Okay, so here we go. Here's lesson number 3, 3 hoops. So we have 3 hoops. You can interpret this many different ways, right? So 3 hoops, some dancers look at it as it's the sun, the earth, and the moon, and how they rotate with each other. So if you look at it like that, I simply just unfolded them like that. So I had 3 hoops together and unfolded them. So it represents for, that's the thing about hoop dancing, is a lot of it is symbolic, a lot of it is technique. So this is one of the techniques I'm showing you. It's really simple. So I'm linking the hoops together like that. The sun, the earth, and the moon are coming to get together. And then you could also link them in another way as well, where you make yourself a cross with the hoops. This one's really simple. This is not even doing any of the dancing part. This is just showing you a formation. So see how I make these 2 hoops come together like this, like a cross, like crossing over each other like that. And then what I do with this hoop is I just put this over like this. And now you have 3 equal intersections that cross each other like that. And that's what makes up a world, or a globe formation. So when you see that, it just looks wonderful. Anyways, so I'm gonna get right into the hoop dance portion now. So now we're gonna get into a real situation here. So for example, if I'm hoop dancing, I'm already dancing with my 2 hoops, right? So last lesson I did this move where I threw it up and then I caught the hoop like that. And then typically my style of hoop dance, I can't speak for every other hoop dancer, but my style is all about the transitions. Taking one move and making it transition smoothly into the next move, and making that move transition and make it all come together nicely in a perfect combination. So that's kind of what my method is. So anyways, so here's the method that I'm going to show you. There's a couple of different ways we can go about this. So say a real life scenario, like we're hoop dancing, doing that 1-2 step, 1-2 step. I'm going to show you a really simple, easy way to pick up the hoop, to pick up the third hoop while you're dancing. So here I am, I'm dancing inside of the hoop. You could simply just pick it up with your feet like this, and then just put one in at a time like that. And there you have a formation already formed. So you could do this formation, or you could also do this formation, or you could also do this formation like this, where you take out the hoop from out of your leg like this. And then you have yourself a little formation, which is a continuation of a couple of different formations that represent for the snake. It could represent for the horse. It could represent for a lot of different things. And my friend Lisa Ojic, she always does this move with it. So she does a little kicking move like this with it, and she does that, and then she transitions into this one, and then I don't know where she goes from there. I think she takes this and goes up like this and does this formation, like a buffalo kind of formation. I don't know everybody's routine, but I've seen a lot of these moves I've seen over time. So I just wanted to share some of the formations with you now. Getting into the combination and the more advanced side of hoop dancing, it might look easy, but if you haven't practiced or learned some of the previous lessons, it can be challenging. So again, we're gonna go into that situation where we're dancing. Okay, now we're gonna dance, stop, pick up the hoop like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up the hoop with these other two hoops like that, right? So what we're gonna do here, and this is what I teach my students often, is how to flip this hoop and make it into a formation. So right now, we're cradling it like it's a cradle, right? We're you know, cradle, we have traditional cradles in our culture that traditionally our babies were carried in. You know, traditionally our ancestors used the cradle. So the cradle represents for that baby, right? So we're gonna cradle it, and then we're gonna make this into a baby eagle. All right, so what we're gonna do here is you have to learn this first technique, and that's how to throw the hoop up like that. Simply like that. All right, so you gotta be able to throw this hoop up like this and catch it. It's not working right because I'm trying to do it slow for you. You kind of have to do it at a certain speed. So throw it up like that and catch it. All right, so what we're gonna do, this is like a really fast combination move. So I'm gonna throw this hoop way up. I'm gonna throw it about 10 feet in the air. Then when I throw it up, I'm gonna cross these hoops over, and then I'm gonna put my hands up like this to receive that hoop. Much like we did in hoop number 1 when we jump through the hoop, throw it up, and then catch it. So this is gonna be very similar, but without that skipping part. So we're just gonna do it just with the hoops. So like this, we're gonna cradle it, then throw it up, and catch it, and there we go. So the hoop came through right there. So as you can see, I put my arms up, I caught the hoop. So now all I gotta do is grab these hoops right here, and then we're gonna spread the hoops out like this. There you have your baby eagle formation, right there. Plain and simple, baby eagle, flap your wings. And this is a really cool move, especially when you're hoop dancing and you do it really fast. That's the impressive part, is the transition. And that's the magic behind the hoop dancing, is these transitions that make up the hoop dance. So here, we're just gonna slightly change it like this. So here's the baby eagle formation. And then we slowly transition it to, now the baby eagle's flying, right? Baby eagle's flying. And then from here, we go into here where we bring this, we simply just keep bringing this over. So we started here behind the shoulders. Now we're over the shoulders. And now we're gonna flip this over again right here. And then notice my hands are coming together. And there's a reason for that. So you see where my elbow is? That's where we need to kind of push the hoop down like that so we can make this formation. Most of the kids at school might see this as Mickey Mouse, right? Because it's a culturally relevant symbol. So you can look at it a lot of different ways. You can look at it like a Celtic symbol, much like on my arm here. I have a Celtic symbol tattooed on my arm, and that's partially because I'm part Irish, and I acknowledge that. I'm a little tiny percentage Irish. I'm about 14% Irish in my bloodline. That's where I get these green eyes from. So anyways, back to the hoop dancing. So it could represent for a lot of different things. For me, that represents for my Celtic roots and the fact that I'm a 3-time world champion. It was like a double meaning tattoo. It was my very first one, by the way. Anyways, back to this symbol. So this could represent for the mouse. Yes, for sure, Mickey Mouse. Or as we say in Cree, a pucksis. A pucksis is the word for mouse. Or you could look at it just like my buffalo symbol on my beadwork here. This is the buffalo. So you could also look at it like that. That's the symbol of the buffalo, right? You could look at it many different ways. And then all we need to do is, here's another move that we can make just out of this. Put it behind your head like this. And that represents for a lot of different things. That could represent for a teepee, because when you spin it, it makes a cylinder shape just like a teepee. Or you can look at it like it's a mountain. You could look at it like it's a tree, like you're a tree. So there's a couple of different shapes that you can refer to that as, all right? So next, I'm gonna continue on this. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take this hoop and tuck it under here. See how I make a little opening there? So now I'm gonna slide where see this orange piece of tape here? I'm gonna slide this over, grab these two hoops, and now I'm free. My hand is free. I can move it. So we're not done there. So what we're gonna do is put our hand through here, back over like this, and then capture the hoops like this. And there you have your next design. This design was brought to my attention by one of my mentors, I guess, or one of the hoop dancers I look up to, Sage Romero. And thank you, Sage, for introducing me to this. So from Sage's interpretation, he interprets this as a falling leaf falling to the ground. So other hoop dancers interpret this as different, right? We can, it's always up to the audience. It's always up to what do you see? What is your vision of the hoop dance? How do you interpret it? Because there's no right or wrong way of interpreting these images that we do in the hoop dance. So from here, I often will do this, and that to me represents that move, but it also represents a couple of other things. All right, so from here, I'm gonna take this, and then I'm gonna change it again. So now this is the 4th or 5th or 6th move that I'm making out of these 3 hoops. So what I'm gonna do from here is kind of center this hoop right here. See how it's kind of centered now? And then I drop these 2 hoops down, and then boom, we have a formation. So there you go. There's your 3 hoop globe, your 3 hoop lesson. And there's a couple of other different bonus lessons I could show you with the 3 hoops. There's not a lot to it. So I'm gonna get back into the other part. So back to where we started, when we started with 2 hoops. I'm gonna do this more of a dancer style. So what I'm gonna do is, there's a technique that I didn't show you in the first lesson, and that's basically an ankle spinning technique. So this technique, you just simply, you gotta get inside of the hoop, step back on it, slide your foot under, and then you gotta kick the hoop and spin it like that. The only trick is that you have to be able to spin the hoop as you dance. So you have to do this in a really fast motion. It takes practice to do this move. And some people get it on the first try, but try doing it while you're in the middle of a hoop dance. That's the trick. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do this, spin it like that, then catch it. All right, so here's the next move that we're gonna do. So I'm gonna teach you a combination move. So now we're spinning, and we get into this hoop. We're gonna spin it, catch it, and then the next move we're gonna do is we're gonna actually jump. We're gonna catch these two hoops, jump, and catch them all together. So here we go. Spin, jump, catch. And we're into that move, okay? So here's another quick move that I'm gonna show you with 3 hoops that you can take these and turn it right into a globe right off the bat without even doing anything special. You just pop them into place and then you have a globe. So again, the hoops were like this in that formation, right? Where we can alternate it and do other things. But we could also go like this, make it into a globe simply by crossing the hoops over. And there we go. There's the formation, the hoop globe. So, you know I might make these moves look easy, but part of the challenge is the style and creativity that goes into them, okay? So here's another quick move that you can do if you ever want to just jump into another move and be all tricky and cool. That's what I like about the hoop dancing, because you're a shapeshifter, you're a magician at the same time. So here's the magic trick. I'm gonna jump in to here, through here, and I'm gonna kind of let the hoops unfold around me like that, and boom, then the hoops are back to 3. So now here's the trick. This is a little Derek Davis style move. Derek and Vincent Davis, they're Hopi from Second Mesa, Arizona. They're from the Hopi Nation. Those dancers I really admire and respect. I'm just gonna show you one of their moves. Not a lot of dancers do their moves because out of respect for them, because they only use like 5 hoops. Vincent uses a little bit more, but Derek, he only just uses 5 hoops. Anyway, so here we go. Here's the trick. You got to be able to slide this middle hoop out like this. So the middle hoop comes out, and then this hoop comes over, and then all you got to do is step out and back into this move right here, and then you have this move. All right, so there's that move. Okay, so now here's the trick. Here's the trick that you might not get it or might not appreciate it. I don't know, it's up to you. Do whatever you want with it. Basically what you do is you bring this back over, and then now you bring this hoop over like this, and then it pops out on the other side, and then all you do is grab this hoop and push it back out, and there you go. There's your next formation. So you basically just alternated from your left side to your right side. And as I mentioned before in previous lessons, you have to be able to do what you do on both sides of your body. And that's the beauty of hoop dancing, is it teaches you to be ambidextrous. So now I'm gonna flip this again, and I'm gonna go into one last final bonus move where I go like this. And now I'm gonna grab these 2 hoops, pop them out like this, and now I have 2 hoops on the right, 1 on the left. And now with this move, I'm gonna throw these hoops through this hoop like this, and then I drop the one closest to my shoulder, and then now I bring this one over, and then it all comes together in connection like that. And now we have this move as well. So this move I don't even have a name for, I just do it. It could be looked at as one wing. It could be looked at as, you know, a horizon move. It could be looked at like a spirit. It could be looked at a lot of different things. And then when I flip this out, it gives that buffalo symbol again. There's that buffalo symbol. So to me, that's that symbol of the buffalo right there. It's that buffalo symbol. You know, I'm dancing with the buffalo. And, you know, it's just beautiful how our culture continually connects throughout the spirit world and beyond. So that's the basics of 3 hoops, and that's kind of my style, along with an appreciation for other hoop dancers' styles that are pretty much common moves nowadays, like from what I shared with you in Sage's move that I learned from him, and also observing Derek's moves over the years, and then figuring out my own moves within that. So there you go. There's the hoop lesson number 3 for chapter 3. That would be chapter 3 in my book in relation to what I'm talking about, but not necessarily in black and white terms, just kind of referring to that cycle. And this is just bonus material to the book, because I want to acknowledge the chapters like they're hoops, like they're moons. I guess this would be the March to February moon, and it's a different time of life that time of year. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy, and I hope this information serves you well. Thank you. Hi. Peace out.